We've been here 3 hours now. The generator ran out of fuel. We just refueled to get a second tank on that vacuum. We've cut into this log to the point to where now the comb is going the opposite direction, so we're looking at possibly having to do some horizontal cuts on the log, which makes it a little more risky to destroying the hive comb that's in there. The comb was going this direction. Now you can see it's going down in the log this direction.
So what I'm doing here is I'm putting honey on the outside. So we've got 2 frames of honey on each side on the outside, and we build the brood comb on the inside. The honey is a thermal insulator for the bees as well as food.
Get up too far up in there because you're liable to destroy comb.
So we want to find where the top of that comb is. So we want to cut. The thing is, I can't get between the comb to cut it off at the top.
Yeah, it's tough. If we do one long horizontal cut, then we have to try to wedge that bottom piece open. If we do 2, that's a lot of potential for destroyed comb. Otherwise, we cut the base flat, take that home and stand it up in my apiary.
So do you want me to come in like here and just cut at a downward angle underneath it and cut this whole bottom section out?
Well, the comb is attached up top here.
Yeah, but if I cut all this away here, you can get up under there, I'm thinking a little better.
What if we roll the log over and cut the bottom, what would be the bottom off? Or make 2 horizontal cuts on the left and right and try to lift that top out.
You see here on these cells, queen cell, queen cell, queen cell.
Yeah.
That's these peanut-shaped cells at the end. If we cut horizontally like this down here, and then anything down here, you could cut it away that way because it's all attached along the top here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you look at the top of this curve here, so about this height.
Okay.
Down.
Trying to keep the blade about 3 inches in.
So from there down.
There's your doorway. Ooh, that guy's mad at me. Yeah, smell them with the pheromone.
Yeah, you smell them.
Queen cell, queen cell, queen cell, queen cell, all on the ends of these.
Got lots of queen cells, huh?
Yeah, I hear them buzzing in there.
Oh, you got a mad now.
There's a queen cell that was in there.
It's capped, isn't it?
No.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
It's done.
We need to do more horizontal opening.
Yeah, we need a bit away. It goes much further.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, it looks like white pollen. That's what they're collecting on my farm right now, is white pollen.
Get a shot of that too.
We've exposed a little bit with the chainsaw over here, but it looks like we're probably going to have to go in a little more. Mark's trying to extract one piece here. Looks like we might have it.
I can hear them singing in there.
Yeah.
I don't think that's singing.
Pardon?
I don't think that's singing. If we could translate beats off here, probably be some
Okay,
pretty
that's
foul
nothing.
language.
Probably a war dance.
Probably a guardian, yeah.
It's too deep without me having to cut it. I can't extract pieces of whole chunk.
So it looks like we're going to have to do some more cutting with the chainsaw to open that side up. It's just hard to see how far down in there it goes, huh?
Yeah, it's more than a knife depth. It's old cone.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
So this is, look at the larger cell here. See, you got small cell, large. This is drone. They're busy built. They've got drone brood in there. This size. See the transitions over here between small and large.
Right.
The drones are the bigger ones, or?
Yes, the drones, the bigger ones, and they all become the males. This is drone brood here.
But they need drones if they're going to raise queen.
Yeah. Well, that was the end of it, so it's it ends down there, at least on that side.
Yeah. They put the drone cone close to the entrance, and they're the sacrificial.
Once again proving guys are not that important.
They have their purpose.
Billy,
Yeah.
got a big clump of them right here you can get.
Okay.
So it looks like the opening curves toward that direction.
There's the opening, so it's curving this way.
Where do you want to cut?
Higher than this.
Making a mark for a cut. That was a good cut, Mr. Michael.
Thank you. So thanks and a bit of marketing for the US Army Corps of Engineers. They gave these towels out at Earth Day. I'm sure it was meant for the golfers, but us beekeepers love them with our equipment. Thanks, guys.
Nice. Beautiful. And once you get this piece off, you can probably trim that wood, that soft wood.
Yeah.
It's probably not that soft, but
Yeah, well, it's rotten enough. I could probably.
after that one piece of comb is out, I think that is a long strip of comb right there.
See how they've varnished the internal sides with their propolis?
Yeah. How satisfying would it be to get that entire strip out?
Yeah. I'm not sure we're going to be able to win.
The whole world's watching, Mark. Well, a few people probably.
Problem is it goes down, an angle down that side, so it's going to catch over there.
Yeah.
You see, the other thing, I've got to try and determine where's top and bottom and put the same orientation back into the frame. So I might have to cut into strips anyway. So what I have to do is, this is the top, Eva's lying like this. It came off the tree, so we weren't sure. So this is the top here, so it will go in lengthways of the frame.
Right.
And then we look at it, we've got capped root here, but there's uncapped root all the way down the far side. And we really want that uncapped brood because hopefully there's some eggs in there. So if for some reason we don't get the queen, they have eggs to start a new queen. So I'm cutting a slither here so we can get over the hump in the wood. So there's just nectar down the bottom here. I don't see much else, so I can afford to sacrifice this part of the comb. There's some pollen, and the rest of it is empty.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
Nice.
How's
work.
that from arm's length?
Nice.
May I?
Yep. I don't really want to get too many of these on there because these are the nurse bees that are going to look
Okay.
after the young, so I'm going to leave them on.
Okay.
Rich in pollen. Very nice. So that'll be going to this one and build up this foot-part frame.
Do you have a location in mind already for this hive?
Probably go into the Virdie Reichel, which is a joint program between Bees in the East and the San Antonio Green Acres Alliance. So they've got 52 parks around San Antonio and they want beehives in them. And we were successfully in our bid to put beehives in these, so this will probably go into that one. There we go. You've got a nice picture over here of different coloured pollen. There's white pollen that Blake was talking about earlier on.
I don't know what all the white pollen is, but I noticed that's what they're taking into the hives at my farm.
So they've changed direction. We had one straight comb. Now these are all at an angle, stacked in that way. So it's ready to actually start at the top and take the top layers off and peel them off that way.
I want to try to break out some of this wood here.
Yes, here to the entrance, all this can go.
I thought we were going into that one.
Alright, does that work?
Good.
Whew. Yeah, we're getting a little activity now.
Potentially this hive is requeened a few times.
Yeah. Or they've created swarms.
Right.
They've gone off. So a question your viewers should be asking themselves. This is why the local beekeepers charge more for their honey. You see the amount of effort it goes for us to save colonies, and then we've got to put them again into new hives. And this is why we can't compete with the big commercial guys that sell in the supermarkets and why our honey's more expensive. So next time you look at the price of the honey in the local farmers market, just think about this and is it worth the increase?
Oh, wow. The precision of their combs is amazing.
honey and nectar, so we've actually got honey and pollen. So I think we've got most of the brood off. This brood over here we still will get, I think.
It's a lot of pollen.
I like how they're different colours. Yeah.
Coming out.
So I mentioned earlier on the relationship between bees in the east and the Green Acres Alliance out of San Antonio. It's an interesting alliance. The Green Acres Alliance we put together to save some green space in San Antonio as it grows. And these green spaces are returned back to nature. They've got the master naturalists now in there looking after it, taking out the alien weeds and plants and cataloguing all the natural nature that's in there. The bees in the east have been asked to put beehives in these areas as well to help with the pollination and the re-establishment of local beehives, bee colonies in the area. As I mentioned earlier on, there's 52 of them, I believe, in San Antonio, and we've got one of them already active, and we're looking at getting the next 2 active in the next 2 months. So there's something. The 2 different groups are working together to something for better for us as a community. It's now up to these people that live in the area to reduce their dependency on things such as insecticides that kill the bees because they're an insect, and start planting nectar-bearing plants for the insects, both butterflies and bees, to use throughout the year.
And hummingbirds.
And birds, yes, hummingbirds. Here's a whole lot of bees again. Can you bring up your suction here again, please?
That looks like they're holding up right there. I bet I wouldn't doubt if Miss Queen Lady's in the middle of that.
Very well may be. If so, we'll take her. Cluster down.
A lot of honey.
Do this whole thing of saving bees. I hate to do it all by myself. You couldn't, you know. Not enough of us working together to make a difference.
Got a queen cell there?
No.
What is this here? It's just a connecting
No, it's
piece?
just a connecting one. That's a bump for some reason.
Alright.
And Mark, the question was how many colonies?
You think you can establish more than
How many
one new colony
colonies?
out of this? Or?
One colony out of this?
One colony. It'll be one with very good chances of survival because we've got 6 frames of brood,
Yeah.
which is really good. Normally I get 3. So it'll still remain 1 there. But one of the things we should perhaps think about at this stage, now that we've got the bees and we'll relocate them in a new hive, is that thanks to people like Mike Adala here from Shirts, who had the patience to allow us to relocate the bees rather than exterminate them. And I would hope this is a good example to other citizens, both of Shirts, Marion, Seguin, San Antonio, So rather let us relocate than just call the exterminators in. It does take longer, but we are doing our bit to look after the world that we live in and leave something for our kids behind.
High five, Michael.